Okay, we'll start the class now. Now we can see the screen as well, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's start the class now. I'll start with the prayer. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessing from all your Guru, God, Goddesses. So once you feel your done, slowly open your eyes. Okay, there was a question how I can do the prayer. See, I had a different style of doing my prayers. You can make it of yourself. So the intention here is very much clear. You no need to do the mantra and japa before learning or doing the astrology. So in your way, how your soul needs, how you are intentionally, how you can seek your beloved. So that it may be the simple sentence, it may be the long paragraph also. To find yourself due to the time constraint and other stuff, meet yourself. The prayer will be very much a small line, or big line, or paragraph, which you can continuously chant without any remembrance. You don't need kind of the paper and other stuff. When you want to pray, comes automatically. It becomes an autonomous habit for you. So that's a way of the prayer. It's not only you have to do this in the proper way. Maybe the one single sentence, seek the help from or need asking the help from the God goddess. It can be the one simple sentence. That's more than enough. That's a way of the prayer. It's up to you. You can decide the one line or the number of paragraphs. Okay, make yourself comfortable how you can do this prayer. Okay. So now, as usual, we'll start with the class with the Gochar chart. Okay. Now today is the very the new beginning of the month in Tamil. We call it as the last. Yes, till yesterday it was in Adi. The month name is the Adi. Now it starts the beginning of the Avani. What is the difference between these two? The previous month, if you see this, the sun was here. Till yesterday, the sun was on the Kadagarasi. Now the sun was navigated to the Simharasi. Okay, this is the good month for your prayer and seeking the blessings from the God and goddesses. And why? Because the Surya now comes into his own house. So this is the best month to seek the blessing from the God and the goddesses. Okay, mostly when why this month becomes so much popular, because if you most in everybody in humans in this planet, they need the blessing for their health, the wealth, and other stuffs, right? Mainly it is for the health and the wealth. If you want to seek the blessing from for your health related thing, anything related with the health, this is the best month to do that prayer, particularly on the Tuesday of that month. The fourth Tuesday is the more precious than every other Tuesdays in the year. So particularly on this month, when you seek the blessing, particularly to the goddesses for your health, particularly for your health. And if all in a month, definitely it will come 4 Tuesdays, right? By luck, you may have the 5 Tuesdays, but normally, consider the average scenario, will have the 4 Tuesdays. So you seek the blessing from the goddesses for your health, anything relevant related with your diseases and health related problems. This is the best month. I mean, the last month till yesterday, it is the best month for pray for your health, and that too for the Tuesdays. So then you have the question: I need the wealth. My health is very perfect, and I need the wealth. Then the last month, the same every Friday, 4 Fridays will come. If you have a luck, 5 Fridays will come. The 4 Fridays, if you seek the blessing from the goddesses again, you will get the wealth. Okay, there is a twist here. When you pray to the for your health, pray to the goddesses who's having the I don't know how to say the greedom. Every goddesses will have the crown, right? The crown which is having the Agni Gradam, that is the fire crown. If you see the Ambal which is having the fire crown, that is the best goddesses for your praying for your health. If you go and see, mostly the Ambal, Ambigai, we call it as an Ambigai. All the goddesses we call it as an Ambigai, Ambal kind of thing in Tamil. So in whichever languages you are in, the single deity, I mean goddess is only. Why this is the particularly for the goddesses? Because for the goddesses, there is a different scenario will be there. We'll talk about that later when we find time. But particularly for the goddesses, especially with the goddesses which is having the crown with the fire model. If you can see the goddesses, the crown, it looks like a fire. Fire is sometimes the fire is moving upward, or it exactly looks like a fire crown. Seek the blessings from that goddesses, the health will definitely increase in the upcoming days. For that next few months or in the next year, the blessings will be deeply penetrated in your cells. That is the biggest strength of the goddesses. Okay, let's come back into the new month. This month you can this month the Sunday is the precious day. We'll see that in the every other classes. What is that precious means? Okay, anybody tell what is the why we need the Sunday is the precious? The last month, the Tuesday and the Friday is the auspicious days. The energy will be really increased. You can seek the blessing for your health and the wealth. But on the month of the Avani, in Tamil we call it as an Avani. I don't know how other languages will mention. In this month, the Sunday is the precious. The 4 Sundays is the most precious. Why? Anybody?
Sun is
Because
for
sun in the own
Sunday,
house.
right? Sunday is for Sunday.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
Sun in the own house.
Exactly. So when the same goes for here. If you want to increase your health and the wealth, the Sundays plays the biggest role. Why? This is the one particular month. The sun comes to its own house and its energy is tremendously increased beyond or beyond the other months. For example, if the sun was here, if the sun was in every other Rashi, it's not in its own house. In the 12 Rashis, sun owns only one house. Particularly, sun comes into this Simha Rasi for this particular month only. Then all 4 Sundays will have a tremendous of the Surya energy. You can see that also in your habit, in your in whatever you are doing. If you are very well aware, you are so much conscious in your surroundings and your environment, inward and outward, you can easily feel that the sun's energy is highly dominating during this particularly this month only. Okay. And the same goes here. You seek the blessing for your god and goddesses, and particularly Shivan. And if you seek the blessing for your health and the wealth, this is the best month, particularly on the Sunday. Okay, let's come back to the Kochar. Chandra in the Rishubha, Guru Shukra in the Mithuna, Buddhan in the Kadaka, Surya in the Ketu in the Chinma, Mangal in the Buddhan, Mangal in the Kanya, sorry, Mangal in the Kanya, Rago in the Kumbha, Shani in the Meenarasi. Let's come into the Pancham. Tithi, Navami followed by the Dashami, Nakshatra, Rogini followed by the Margashesha, Yoga, Vyagata followed by the Harshana, Karana, Taitila Garaja, Vanija. Okay, weekday is the Ravivara, Paksha is the Krishna Paksha. Now that we are going into our lessons. Okay. The last 10 minutes, we will discuss about the horoscope of the Satish. We will, before the 10 minutes, we will discuss our lessons. Okay. Now let's start with the new chapter. We are right now, from this week onwards, we are going to see Bhava lords in the different houses. Okay. Now, firstly, we are going to see the lagna lord in different houses. What is it? Okay. Now consider you have the Rishabha lagna. Who's the lord here?
Venus.
Venus is the Lord. Venus is the lagna Lord. Venus is the owner. Venus is the lagna Lord for this Jataka. Now imagine a situation. The Venus, how the Venus will behave when it was in the lagna itself, or when the Venus was in the second house, or the Venus was in the third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. How the lagna Lord going to behave when it was placed in the different houses? That is what we are going to see and learn in the upcoming classes. This much clear?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, anybody having the lagna in this? The lagnadipati is also in the lagna.
Lagnadipati. That means
Okay, let me give you an example. See, if you have the Mesha lagna and the Mars is in the Mesha itself.
yeah.
Anybody have like that? That means your lagna, the lagnadipati is also sitting in your lagna.
Vanita, lagna, no, it's not the Rashi. That's different. Okay.
You understand this difference? Imagine a situation. I have a Kanni lagna. Then the Mercury is sitting in the lagna itself.
Okay. I have one.
Why I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me
where lagna is Meena and Jupiter is there.
Okay, awesome. Now, this is the situation when the lagna and the lagnadipati, who were the owner of the lagna, sitting in the same house. In other words, the owner is sitting in its own house. Why we are giving this much importance to the lagna, lagnadipati? Because the lagna explains about you, the self, the jataka, how he will behave, how he or she will look like, and what appearance and every other stuff of a particular individual explain in your lagna. When the lagnadipati who owns that house sitting in the same lagna, that particular person exactly emit that quality, exactly emit that behavior of that graha. Mostly highly significant. The significance is highly implied to that person. Okay, now see this. When the lagna, the Jupiter graha was in the lagna. Sorry, Jupiter in the lagna. Now let's see about how it will look, and then come back again with your example. Okay. Lagna Lord in the first house. This one line you can understand, right? Lagna Lord in the first house. Over the Lagnadipati, now he's sitting in his first house. In other words, the same line we can also represent it in the Lagnadipati sitting in its own house. Lagna Lord in the first house, both are in the same name. Lagna Lord, Lagnadipati, first house Adipati, everything means the same thing. Now, Lagna Lord in the first house. Okay. The first
That means a native horoscope, the same lagna and also adipati is in the particular same place only, then only it applies, no?
Yes.
Okay.
This one is clear, right? See, for example, we'll go with an example. This is the Meena Lagna. Who is the Adipati here? Lagna is the Meena Lagna.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Now the Jupiter is sitting in the Meena itself, Meena Rashi itself.
Yeah.
So that means the Lagna Lord, Lagnadipati, Lagna Lord, the same word. We are maybe interchangeably using the word Lagna Lord, Lagnadipati, first house Adipati, whichever it is. So represents the same meaning. That graha, which is sitting in its own house. Okay. We'll come back here. The first house, what it is representing? It represents
I have
the
one
first.
question. Sorry, it's okay. No, now this is the one. Now, if the same thing happens even here, the lagna is in Dhanusu and Jupiter is there. It holds the same, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. See,
so
don't
two
get
houses, if they have
two
like that,
houses
then like that, okay. Except for the sun and the moon.
Now, no, there was no exception. See, Lagna was here, then the Jupiter, then that means
so
the
it is the same. That's what I'm.
Jupiter was here. Now let's go with see the sunny for this. Now, if you have the Magara Lagna and you have the Saturn.
Okay.
Then you have the your Lagnadipati in the same house. Who's the Adipati of the Makara? Saturn.
Saturn.
Now the Saturn was in the first house itself.
Yeah.
Same goes for every Rashis. Okay.
So here this
clear.
Kala Purusha chart number will not matter then. Like the influence, 8th house, 12th house, like that it won't matter. That's what I'm saying.
It matters, but don't get confused. Don't get confused with one another. See,
Okay.
where you have to play the role of the Kala Purusha chart when you are analyzing that becomes one of the layer. Okay.
Okay.
But when you're seeing, imagine this is your horoscope. Now you're seeing let's have a different example.
Yeah.
See?
That's right. Yeah, it was Meena Lagna
Now
and Jupiter.
Now let's see the Kadaga Lagna. Okay. Who's the owner here?
Moon.
Moon is the owner. Now the moon was sitting in the Kadaga Rasi itself. So the Lagnadipati is Chandra. Chandra was sitting in the Kadaga Rasi itself.
Okay.
This point is clear?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Now, then how you can compare against the Kala Purusha chart? Okay, now let's see the situation again. The Kadaga Rasi, Lagnadipati sitting in the Lagna itself. Then how you have to compare against the Kala Purusha chart? Whenever you are imagining, whenever you see your Kala Purusha chart itself, you have that vision of the imagination. The Kala Purusha chart is behind you. So that means which house is the Kadaga Rasi is which house in Kala Purusha chart?
Fourth house. Fourth house.
So that becomes your one of the layer. That's an underlying layer. Whenever you go for predictions or when you're analyzing the chart, you go for that. The Kala Purusha, the Kadaga Rasi is the fourth house. But for this Jataka, this becomes the first house of this Jataka. The Kala Purusha is the fourth house. That is in your that is in your background all the time. Whenever you made the predictions, it plays the biggest role. We can't deny that it plays the biggest role. But whenever you see the individual horoscope, the horoscope plays the biggest role. That particular snapshot plays the vital role in defining that Jataka. Okay. Now, I skipped the discussion about the Kala Purusha chart because it may increase your confusion. So at this moment, we are considering only the Lagna and the Lagnadipati. Okay. Now we are going to see that the Lagnadipati. You understand that word Lagnadipati, right? The Lagnadipati is sitting in the various rashis. That is the learning we are going to learn today. Now, first house, what is the first house? It is your persona, who you are, the Jataka. Who's the Jataka? How he or she will behave, the image and the innate personality of that particular person. But who, it may be the 1 year old, 0 year old child or the 100-year-old person, doesn't matter. The first house represents that Jataka itself, okay, himself or herself. Now, the Lagna Lord was when you in among these 12 rashis, whichever rashi becomes your Lagna, the owner becomes your Lagna Lord. This one line is clear. Among these 12 rashis, your Lagna can be anything among these 12. Okay, one definitely it should be one Lagna. Whichever the Rashi it is, the owner of that Rashi becomes your Lagna.
Correct.
Now, imagine a situation, one person was born on the Vrikshika Lagna. So then Vrikshika Lagna, who's the owner?
Mars.
Mars is the owner. If that Mars becomes a Lagnadipati, now Mars is sitting in the Lagna itself. And that means Lagna Lord is in the first house. Okay. Now let's see about the situation. Now, you are born into one Rash, one Lagna. The Lagnadipati is also sitting in that means that significance of that Graha is greatly impacted that individual. Okay. Now let's see one situation. Now for a moment we leave the discussion about the Grahas. We will only see what is that impact will have when the Lagna Lord in the first house itself, regardless of whichever the Graha it is, how it will become, how the individual will become. Okay. They have a very strong sense of purpose of life. They know what to do. See, some people will have the number of the directions in their life. See, if this is an individual, they had in the mind, I want to know my purpose of life. They're still searching till the end of the life. There is another person will have, they have the number of the purpose of their life. Okay, they try to achieve, but if they are luck, they achieve everything. Sometimes they may not. At least they will achieve only one thing in their life. There is another person, they don't know what is their purpose of their life. They didn't have an idea till the end of their life. There is some person, they search their entire life, which one I have to choose. There are the different personalities we will see, right? But when the Lagna Lord was sitting in your Lagna itself, you know what is your purpose. You know what you have to do in your life. There is no doubt about it, okay? Because they have that kind of strong sense. What is important to me? What is my purpose? Why I came here? Why I'm leading life in this planet? They know everything and they exactly do their purpose in their life. These peoples are greatly involved in their purpose. They may not explicitly say to other peoples, but in their innate nature or innate personality, they know very well what is their purpose in their life. Okay. Okay, let's see about the second point, but then we will discuss the exam. Okay, this one is the person is will be blessed with the fame and wealth. This is one question mark will come. Now, some people will ask, but I have the Lagna Lord in my Lagna, I didn't have the fame and wealth. Okay, so what is the second line will tell you about is you are blessed with the fame and wealth. If the sense which you have in your mind, it leads to the fame and the wealth. So, for example, one person will have the strength in their lifetime, will have the strength to acquire the wealth in the scale of the 1 to 10. Maybe this person was having the 2%, or maybe the other persons will have the 5 out of 10. But the Lagna Lord in the Lagna, this person have a chances to acquire the blessings, to get the blessings of the fame and wealth is a 10 out of the 10. They have a strong sense. They have the powerful to receive that blessing. So then you may ask, Manita, I don't do anything in my life, then I get the fame and wealth. Absolutely no, that's not come into the picture. But when the Lagna Lord placed in the Lagna means they definitely do something no matter what. They know what is their purpose. What I have to do in my life, they know. Then the fame and wealth becomes the side effect, or it's the blessing from the it comes as a blessing. Whenever you see about the fame and wealth attributes, you have to be combined against with the karma, and it also depends upon your past life, the karma, how you are generating. That is also comes here. That plays the biggest role to receive the fame and wealth in one's life. Okay. So this one point, this one attribute, this is the person can achieve the fame and wealth for sure. But how the one person was not achieving the fame and wealth, there are some other attributes you have to be, it have to be fulfilled. Then the fame and wealth will come. So in the one of the attribute is it's your karma is also plays the biggest role, and you have to see what are the other grahas was expecting, and the shabudhi and the gocharam, everything plays a role here to attain that fame and the wealth. Now there's one point. It depends on the different attributes. You mark this one point. Okay, definitely this person is blessed with fame and wealth, but it depends on the different attributes. Then you have to check that attributes itself when you see the entire jar. Okay. Definitely these peoples are endowed with the material happiness. They didn't have a thirsty like, oh, I don't have this. I should have that. They didn't have that kind of the thirst in them. They definitely will have this kind of material happiness. Okay. Importantly, these peoples become the self-made person, and they become this sometimes these peoples are the first peoples come out from their family line or their inheritance line to achieve success. So definitely become the self-made person without anybody's help. They they don't get the help from their parents or anybody or any relations. They come out of the because the lagna lord will give you that kind of the strength to pursue success in any domain. These people definitely command respect. Okay. In very much importantly, there always be a lot. You can't go and fool that person very much easily. They are very alert in every way, physically also, mentally also. That means you can't disturb them emotionally. That's why the strong sense of power will come, even though they know what it have to be in front of me. If someone was emotionally attacking, they won't get that much easily accept a failure. They know how to handle. They know how to approach the situation. Okay, that kind of the person when the lagna lord and the lagna itself. Okay, very much importantly, these peoples are higher possibility they do the trade and the commerce in the foreign lands, and especially if they do the trade and the commerce in the foreign land, the success rate is really. And when the lagna lord in the lagna, you can easily identify the person. The charisma is really high. You really want to see them one more time. And then when they enter into any of the room, the majestic appearance will cover on you, and you can feel that presence. If someone was leaving, some person was leaving the room, you can easily identify that person. If now some people will live, you won't even you don't even feel that presence and absence also. But when this person, when the lagna lord in the lagna itself, you understand, you feel that majestic personality. The people are really magnetic in nature. When when you stand in front of them, you're really attracted towards them. Okay, so and almost in every other way, when the lagna lord sitting in your lagna, it's a good one. Okay, one important thing here: whichever graha was present in your lagna, the jataka is always his heart moving towards them. For example, if the in your Jupiter graha was in your lagna, these people have the pay high respect to the gurus. They do whatever they do. They can do anything for their gurus. If the moon was in your lagna, you really your beloved person is only your mother. You can do anything for your mother. The same goes for anything. Same goes for every other grahas. So, right, what is the underlying point? One bottom line point here: whichever the graha in your lagna, the jataka heart moves towards them. They do what they can do whatever they want. They literally love them with full heart. Okay. Now, then one more question will come. Like, Manita, I have 3 more grahas in my lagna. Is what I will do. Your heart, there was no division. I have the 3 grahas, so my heart will be divided into 3 more. It's a wholesome part. If number of the grahas in your sun was here, Jupiter was here, you show your love towards your father, you show love towards your guru and your children. The same, it's applicable, but your heart was open to them very easily. Okay. Now let's see about this example.
What if it is retrograde?
That's the question. We'll see about retrograde. Let's see. When what is the meaning of the retrograde? Retrograde is they
Comes
do the
with karma.
nature exactly it's a it's the karma was too much for them. That's for true. But when the retrograde means you do the opposite of the nature. Whatever the some person was okay. Now let's see about the Jupiter retrograde. Okay. Now, before seeing the Jupiter retrograde, now let's see about what the Jupiter will do. Jupiter is a very, very soft person. He was well versed. He was having a wisdom, love towards the children, and he follow the religious, spiritual ethics properly, and he won't miss anything. He or she will be followed the. Okay, you understand that Jupiter things, right? Now let's see about the Jupiter retrograde. This Jupiter retrograde will do exactly opposite of the Jupiter. What is that? They also spiritual in nature. Jupiter retrograde is also spiritual in nature. One difference here is they do the second. Okay, the retrograde Jupiter is how it was different. The spirituality they follow, it will be different from the nature. They want to try the different new things to attain the spirituality. See, now in conventionally one path they spiritually following means, but this retrograde Jupiter will follow different path to achieve the same spirituality. The vigorous in nature. They want to achieve whatever they want. They want to achieve the spiritual in spiritual path also. They want to achieve the things in very vigorous. They some kind they admit in nature, but they don't feel that adamant. But other people feel that adamant. Why? They also ask the question, I'm not adamant, I'm such a soft person, but other people feel adamant. That's a retrograde. But if the normal Jupiter, what it will do, it won't do the adamance. Very soft in nature. If anybody was giving advice to him, it follow the wisdom. But the retrograde Jupiter stand on its own point. Okay, no, I know this. Okay, and for the Jupiter, the money is not important. For normal Jupiter, money is not that much important to them. Even though the money will flow to them, the auspicious graha. But when it comes into the retrograde Jupiter, money is much more important. It gives importance to the money. When the Jupiter energy is innocence, retrograde Jupiter is not innocent. What it will do? See, this is the when the retrograde Jupiter believes everybody. Now, okay, if you in one room there was 10 people, the normal Jupiter will believe everybody. And somebody was speaks nice to him, oh, he's a really true person. But retrograde Jupiter is really cautious. Oh, you are speaking in this way. Okay, I am respect to you, but I'm very cautious in my nature. Okay, they won't believe everybody easily. They move forward very cautiously. That's the difference between there are the many difference with. See, for example, the Jupiter won't spend money. They won't think when spending the money. If they want to give the money, they will give the money. But the retrograde Jupiter, what it will do? They mean in spending the money. They count the money before spending. This is the need. This is I want to spend. Is that necessary? Is I don't want to spend. Why I need to spend? They have number of the questions. Then they will get an answer. Then they will spend. And here, the same goes for the other common attributes will come. Jupiter is also allowed to teach. Retrograde Jupiter is also allowed to teach. But here, this retrograde Jupiter will question, and I need to teach them. Is there any benefit for me? Is it necessary? The questions will come. But for the Jupiter, there was no questions. I love to teach. I can teach to anybody. But retrograde Jupiter is not like that. Question, cautious, precaution, and it thinks a number of times, then takes in one decision. And you understand this difference, right? Whatever that Jupiter will be there, the retrograde Jupiter is also do the same thing, but with more cautious, more precautions. But that's why the people will say normal Jupiter is not suitable for this planet to live. Retrograde Jupiter is the best person to live in this planet. Why? You can't cheat them easily. When the retrograde Jupiter was there, you won't cheat them very easily. You won't emotionally attack them. You can't emotionally blackmail them. You can't even physically attack. That kind of the retrograde Jupiter will be there. The same goes for every other grahas. If the Mercury was doing one thing, then the retrograde Mercury will do the same thing, but it will be different from the normal Mercury will. You understand this difference, right? Or literally
Are you saying
confusing?
so for all planets, retrograde is better than the normal?
No, no. Why I'm telling retrograde Jupiter is better for this world, for this planet at this point in time? Jupiter is an innocent energy. So that needs some kind of somebody will, state officer will be behind you, so that they safeguard themselves for their own safety. But every other grahas, it's not like that. If it was, see, Mars was the Rahu is the 2 times of the Mars. Mars is a fearful energy. If normal Mars itself, it will slash you. If it is a retrograde Mars, it will slash you like double. If it is a Rahu, fierce, double time fierce is the Mars. But if the same goes for every other grahas. So why I'm giving importance to the Jupiter again? Jupiter is like kind of a soft and innocent energy because it has a lots of wisdom. It won't segregate that okay, you are bad and I can't teach you. You are good, I can teach you. In the normal Jupiter won't segregate. Whoever in students in front of me, I will teach you. But the thing here is it won't go against the nature. One simple line. But retrograde try to go against that nature no matter what. Okay, you think like this, then I will go this way. But the adamancy, the people will see it as an adamant, but for them it was a new way. Them exploring the new way. They will say, there is one path available here. Why are you? Everybody was going this way. You understand this difference, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Or it was so confusing.
No, it's correct. Yeah, I understand.
Awesome. Now let's see about here. When you see more horoscope with the retrograde energy, that will give you the different ideas. Okay. Now the worst combination will come is retrograde Saturn with the Mars. Both the things will give you not especially if anybody was having this two combination. Uh, Mars is good for Mars is the planet for which significance in your life. If it is you are seeing a female horoscope and the Mars and the retrograde Saturn was combined together. In whatever you learned till now or whatever you explored till now, tell me what will happen. Imagine the situation. I'll tell you this. It's out of the question. This is out of questions for now today to discuss. But you can explore like this. Imagine this situation. Retrograde Saturn and the Mars. It's a female horoscope. What you will do? What you can understand from this? Is the deepest karma this female is coming with, and along with this is the Mars. Mars is the graha for your marriage. Okay, then the female will marriage life will be come in yearly time or later in the age, or there is no marriage. Which option it will be?
Very late, right?
Very late, yes. Why? Because the Saturn is
Saturn.
Saturn is becomes a delay, and it will give you more delay when combined with the other grahas. Okay. Now, but this one you can easily mug up. No, it won't come in the memorizing everything. But when you see the horoscope again and again, number of the horoscope, that will give you the different ideas and energy. But one suggestion from my side was anytime whenever you see anybody's horoscope, definitely you don't touch the horoscope without your prayer. You should protect yourself before touching anybody's horoscope. Even if it is your family members, prayer is the must. Prayer is it's a mandatory thing. Okay, it's not the make it as a default thing. Whenever you touch the horoscope, you should start with a prayer only. Even if somebody was telling, okay, just see my horoscope. Pray first before see the horoscope. That's a must. That's a must. It's a mandatory. It's not the thing which you can make it as an excuse. No, I so don't get paranoid also. Vanita, I touched this horoscope, I opened this horoscope, I didn't pray, what will happen to me? Nothing will happen to you. See, what I'm saying is make it as a habit. Because whenever you pray, that energy, that cosmic, the wonderful universal energy makes you to protect, and it gives you emotional strength and moral strength inside and outside of you. That's needed, it's a mandate. Okay. Now come back here to our classes. Wait, now lagna in Meena lagna, Jupiter here. Who share me this horoscope?
Give me one. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Is anyone matches with this kind of?
The first one I don't know because no, I like whatever I have come across. I don't know what would be the strong sense of purpose in his life. That I don't know. But he is blessed with fame and wealth. That is true. And also, as you rightly said, he is just not bothered about anything, whether you have for the material comforts, but it is all there. It has come automatic. That what I meant is he is not craving or he's not even thinking about any such things, but he has everything. Then I don't, not self-made, but he had parental support and all, and he is doing good in his profession. So I don't, that self-made may not be applicable for him here because he has been raised by his parents and with parents support, basically, I guess. Then alert, yeah, emotionally you cannot do that. He is strong mentally and physically. Then trade and commerce, yes, he is always away and far from 8 years is away in the faraway land. Then yes, he's charismatic and he has got a magnetic personality. That I would say.
Okay. So whenever anybody also want to share the lagna in the lagna lot, anybody having like that? This is a wonderful combination.
I have a friend. Same Meena Lagna with Jupiter, and
Wow.
but he also has Chandra in the Lagna. He also has Moon in the Lagna. And I think the first and the last points, I'm not sure, but rest of the points, I think he matches him.
Okay, then here the moon comes, right? Okay, for the first, how they show their love towards their mother.
Yeah, he is very fond of his mother. Yes.
And about his teachers, gurus, how it will be the relation.
That I think it is also kind of strong. Yeah.
See, but it's not only in the lagna. Whichever the lagna you have, you see if there was a graha present in it, your heart lean towards them. You inclined towards that person only, no matter what. Even if they are scolding you, also you will want. You will see or do at least. You will be compromised with that person. Okay. Any doubts in this lagna in the first house? Lagna Lord in the first house.
I have a chart with retrograde Mercury in Kanya.
Okay. So,
along with Jupiter and Sun.
Jupiter and Sun. Okay. In the retrograde Mercury, which I said you earlier, explained the same goes here. Whatever the Mercury will think like, okay, I want to study, I want to study, I want to study. The study gives me the pleasure, and he was more cautious about, interested about studying, not cautious, interested about study. And whatever the Mercury energy will do, it was playful and funful kind of stuff. But when the retrograde Mercury becomes same, does the same things as the Mercury, but the same goes for here with cautious, with precautions, and comes with the deepest karma. Because whatever the Mercury karma will be, it's a little bit deepest in their soul. But when the retrograde Mercury in its own house, the same goes, all this point comes true. They definitely have a strong sense of power. But when combined with the Sun and the Jupiter, their sense of power is very much clear because the Jupiter will gives you the tremendous auspicious energy, and the Sun will help you on that. When this person will be very much fond of his father, guru, you would say you can check with that person. When comes with the person blessed with the fame and the wealth, because the Jupiter was also a auspicious graha, combined with the maleficent graha Sun, the person may or may not be blessed with the fame and wealth. But when the time goes on, the fame and wealth is also common to this life. Okay, let's. Which point is suitable for you among these things? Because when the 7 points is considered only when the lagna in the lagna lord without any combination. But without any combination, it's not possible. But we can adjust the probability of combinations one way or the other. Okay. Among the 7 points, which one is best suitable or no?
I think most of it
Most.
matches actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why? If suppose in case if the retrograde Mercury and the Saturn comes, you would say that none of the point will match it. The Jupiter and the Sun will help you. All the point, they definitely will have a strong sense. And the retrograde Mercury, you can't argue with this retrograde Mercury. They definitely win in their argument. And suppose in case if you can't win in their argument also, the other person will feel exhausted. Okay, okay, I'm done. Whatever you say, it's just right or wrong, I'm away. That kind of the exhaustion will come when you argue with this kind of the person. Did you feel anybody you speak to this person, or you feel that kind of an energy? They really argument very well. No, is
I think so. Bit arrogant
and
also. That also indicates this.
yeah, the retrograde Mercury, you can't because normal Mercury, right? Normal Mercury has soft energy, and if you're very much interested in study, if you tell, okay, this is not good, you do that, it will do. But when retrograde Mercury was there, because they have the strong understanding in their learning, it's not like baby energy. It was the strong energy here when the retrograde Mercury was. Whatever you say, okay, you say whatever, but I learned this, I know this very well, better than you. That kind of energy. So you can enjoy with that, Adam.
Oh, okay. So arrogance is like by nature.
It's a built-in quality. It's not an arrogant. You can't say it is an arrogant. It comes with the side effect of the knowledge because they understand the knowledge in front of them they very well because they have the deepest knowledge. The arrogance is come. I won't say it is an arrogance. It's a kind of showing themselves whatever I'm learning, whatever I know that is correct. Okay? Okay, let's move into the second house. Then we will see the Satish house. Okay, now the Lagna Lord in the second house. Give me a second. Please see. The same goes second house. We already know it's for your liquid assets, whatever money in your hand, food, nourishment, speech, everything comes in your second house. Now the Lagna Lord in the second house. Okay, the second house Lagna Lord in the second house little bit special. Why? Now imagine a situation you have the major Lagna and the Mars was in your second house. When there was a connection between your second house and the first house, the money flow won't be diminished. It will be flow all the time. You will have the liquid cash flow, liquid assets all the time in your life. One way or the other, money will flow to you. Why? When the Lagna and the second house, one way or the other, there is a relation, then the money flow won't stop. That too, the Lagna Lord was sitting in your Dhanasthana, the flow will be ultimate. Okay? Now, let's see about the points which we want to learn. Definitely, these people will be great scholar and well learned. Why? In the Lagna Lord, whoever the persona was sitting in the second house, so they know how to speak, they know how to speak also. If one person was articulating everything very well, obviously they have an underlying knowledge in a crystal clear way. That's why they can exhibit, they can articulate whatever they want to say. So there is a well-defined speech. Obviously, they are very great scholars. Okay, here is an interesting thing. Individual efforts results in profit to manage liquid assets. The money flow will come. That the first one, I started the Lagna in the second house with the money flow. Why the individual efforts will come? Why? It's not from the family. Why the individual effort? This one word, why it was saying that individual efforts results in profit manages liquid assets. Who's the Lagna? The self, the Jataka, right? That Jataka was sitting in the Dhanasthan. So this particular person putting any effort, the money will flow to them. Then we may ask the question, Manita, the Jataka was not doing any work, how the money flow will come? It won't come. Okay? When the Lagna Lord was sitting in the second house means the Jataka have to put their effort, the money flow will start immediately. The individual effort results, but when they started working, when they moved towards the when the individual was stepping towards the into the money earning or any effort into the money earning, the money flow starts like anything. It comes to them automatically. Well, they step into only one step, they step into only one way, but multiple sources of income will come. But without that individual effort, nothing will come. Okay. Mostly these people are very spiritual and religious by nature. Okay, again, this one will come. Okay, one important point about this penetrating eyes. Why it becomes the penetrating eyes? The Lagna Lord was sitting in the second house. Why the eyes was mentioned here? Any idea?
Second house is for eyes.
Second house is for your eyes. That's why the penetrating eyes. When you look at this person, you can't get away without seeing their eyes. Wait, when this person was standing in front of you, you definitely will see at least once or twice, and you the opposite person is attracted towards them very easily. Even though they are not very handsome or beautiful in whatever the world was defining, they are very charming in nature, and the magnetic personality make you do whatever they want. Hmm? And we already discussed about this one point. Their articulate speech is really high. Really high means mm, when they try to speak, they won't speak like an boring story. It won't be a documentary film. It will be like a fun-filled film, but it's not. But at the same time, you won't laugh. You can able to think also. When these people are trying to speak, it was like even if it is in 1 hour lecture, when these people are trying to speak, it becomes in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you feel like it is a 10 minutes. So that kind of the gift they are having. It's an inbuilt quality. It's not developed by them. It's not developed by others or the individual was taking effort to develop. It's in a divine gift. It's an inbuilt how they can articulate speech. It's an inbuilt gift for them. When even though they are trying to speak to some other person, the person will imagine a situation. I saw this in my own life. We there was an we were in one of the doing a yoga class that was in it is in yoga training. The one person who our teacher won't speak to anybody, like he's not interested to it. These people are really very soft in nature and they won't uh, speak to everybody like chit chats kind of stuff. There was one girl was here and he his speech was you can really admire. Definitely any person can admire that girl. And she asked him, can I do an interview with you at least about 10 minutes? And he said, no, 10 minutes is not good for me. I can do the interview for 5 minutes. You can ask in anything in the 5 minutes. And that was the deal. Okay. But when the girl was started speaking, it comes to more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's not even a 30 minutes. At the end of the session, the person who uh, not even interested to speak for 10 minutes, and he said, yes, you are having such a wonderful quality to make others speak. That kind of the personality, when the Lagna Lord in the second house will they can articulate the speak. When they sit in front of you, you are into their magnetic personality. Their aura will be spread over you, and if you want make you to speak, they will make you to speak. That kind of the gift they will have. Importantly, they are having outstanding qualities, whether it is in articulating the speech, earning the money, and convince other, compromise with make to compromise others. They are the leader in that. They know how to do that also. Okay, when why this domestic happiness was coming? Here's the question. Lagna Lord was sitting in a second house. Why the domestic happiness was have to come? Anybody?
Second is one for family.
Yes, second is for your family. They do anything for their family, even if they are earning also. What is their underlying encouragement for them? For their family. Okay, when you ask this Lagna in the second house, you ask them, okay, why are you earning? They immediately tell you, it's for my family. It's for my family happiness. So they can do whatever to make their family happy. They put all their effort. If they make you to work 24 hours, they will happily work for one underlying reason. They want to make the family happy, and they want to make the life in a way of giving the quality of the life to them.
Would that apply
They,
even if the planet is in the retrograde case?
okay, that's when the planet was retrograde, the difference will be there. They definitely put their effort to make the family happy. But even if they didn't have it, they won't mind. If they try to earn the money for their family, they put a lot and lots of effort to earn. But it's consider a situation Lagna Lord in the second house, it's not retrograde. It's a soft energy. It needs the family to be happy. It puts lots and lots of effort to make the family happy. But now let's see another scenario. Lagna Lord retrograde in the second house. Definitely, it puts an effort to make money. Definitely, it gives a quality of the life. But it won't think if the family is happy or not. Even if they are not happy, they won't mind. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's live the life. It was kind of that. You may think it is a kind of an arrogant energy, but it gives importance to themselves first. The
No, I
retrograde
have an
energy.
example of Lagna Lord in the second house. I'm not seeing any spiritual or religious. It's morely
They won't be. They
atheist in
won't be.
nature.
When the retrograde was there, their spirituality will be in a different way. They find a one different path, one different new path, and they find and these peoples when the retrograde planet was there, and when they're involved in the spirituality, their spirituality is really vigorous and it was really fierceful in nature. And they find a new path into for doing the spirituality also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's have an example. Now we'll finish the last point, then we'll have an example. Like the Kalidasa, goddess of the speech will reside in them, indicating poetic and communication abilities. We already discussed this one point. It's an example. How that kind of one good energy will be. The second house holding Lagna Lord in the second house. Let's have an example. Okay, which planet is retrograde? Ceremony is one leader. Which Lagna?
Mercury. Kanya Lagna.
Kanya Lagna.
Mercury retrograde in second house.
Awesome. Anybody with this or only Mercury?
Moon in
I
second
have,
house.
I have Lagna Lord in the second house. Meena Lagna Guru in the second house in Mesha.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome. Okay,
And
let's
I
finish
think
this first.
most of it matches for me, but I don't know about the speech or whatever that penetrating eyes or whatever. I think some ladies have to tell me, but I don't think I don't think that's a good match.
Okay, wait a second, wait a second. You were saying which one? Lagna, Meena
Leader.
Lagna, Guru in the second house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything
So
we missed?
no,
And
no. I think it's it's all there. No, I think all of them match, but I don't know about the penetrating eyes and things like that. But and also the last point, I mean, I know I'm good in communications, but I'm not sure if that can be compared to Kalidasa's you know explanations or whatever.
Awesome. So the penetrating eyes, I will give one more example also. When we this one I happened in one of my again in a yoga session. You're in a hall, and my teacher was walking in front of us, and there was an I should not sit there. I have to be going somewhere to practice. And my teacher was going in front of me and look at me. There is no speaking, okay? There was no conversation between us. There was only thing, why are you here? Not even he uttered a word. And the conversation was like this only. Then I understand why are you here? Why you have to practice that one? Why are you here? This is not the place for you. That's the conversation, but that is an I was speaking. It's not a literal word conversation. So the penetrating, what I'm trying to say here was, the penetrating eyes means they will converse you with your eyes itself. There was a moment when this was one incident for me. Then another incident, my brother's daughter, she's 1.5 years old only. Why I'm mentioning 1.5 years? See, the I was speaking like that. Only 1.5 years. And I was teaching the yoga session. The yoga session was attending or teaching or something. I forgot. Before ending the session, she's in my lap all the time. And before ending the session, I placed without her consent. I lifted her and placed it in the floor. And she looked at me. Why? She 1.5 years child, right? She can't even speak. And the eyes was telling, why are you making me sit? I want to sit in your lap only. Why are you making me to sit? So that is that kind of the eyes will tell you, that eyes will see you, what is inside you, what is you are trying to say to them, and it will tell you that. And I'm now till now she is 5 years older now. Till now I'm saying the same thing because that kind of an impression I got. I really wondered. I was so happy because I was speaking to me. Uh, that's what the penetrating eyes. Sometimes you may
Maybe
feel the
expressive eyes, maybe more
yeah yeah
Okay.
expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I know is, like, my eyes are all over. I mean, I will observe wherever I am. I will, because
Mm,
my relatives tell me, like, man, your eyes are always, like, going all around. I mean, you're not focused in one particular place or whatever. I mean, that
mm,
thing is there for me. I know, because I also worked in a very highly risky environment, so we have to be observant all the time. and
mhm,
and because I worked in the refinery, and
mm.
for safety reasons, and we are always observing things, and my eyes are all over, and it's probably, it is best suited for me to be
Okay, this is
working
the
in that kind.
vigilant. This is the vigilant eyes. This is the
Yeah,
penetrating eyes. Is a kind of the thing which speaks to your soul. It really
yeah,
penetrating. Even
could
you
be.
speak
And
some.
I haven't
Even
heard
you.
from people, but I mean, it could be.
Mm,
It could be. So,
yeah,
yeah.
and okay, now you it match with everything with you, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, now let's come back to this one: Mercury retrograde, Mercury and the Moon. And which one it matches for you? The Mercury retrograde and Moon, second
Yeah.
house.
Okay, it's not a old person, so the person is 17 years old.
Mm,
So he's well learned, so studies very well.
retrograde
So
Mercury, definitely.
yeah, and even at this age is good with investment.
Mm,
Absolutely not religious and
mm,
absolutely not spiritual as well.
mm,
It's more atheist and like that.
mm,
Charming, magnetic personality, penetrating eyes, I don't know.
mm,
Uh, yeah, articulate speech, yes, definitely. Uh,
mm.
the rest I
Yeah,
do not know. Blessed with outstanding qualities, those probably are too early to say.
what is it?
No, outstanding qualities, domestic happiness, those are quite early to say because the person is
Oh,
17 years old.
mm, okay. Okay. When the retrograde Mercury along with the moon, then definitely the money flow will be, nobody can stop. Definitely the money flow will be there. But the retrograde Mercury will be really cautious and They will prevent everything before occurring itself. It's not like a Mercury energy. Mercury will be funful and whatever it do, it won't prevent anything. It see when it was coming. But the
Yeah,
retrograde Mercury,
communication is outstanding, I would say. Both
mm,
spoken, written, any
mm,
form
mm,
of communication is beyond normal.
mm. The retrograde, it's all about the retrograde Mercury. But then along with the moon, when the moon was sitting here in the second house, let's see, what is that? 11th house. Definitely, the moon is also in a very good place. Okay, there was one more thing. This is the best horoscope to discuss this. See, when the second, already I told you, when the first house and the second house, if there was a relation, the money flow will be there. Definitely it will be there. And when the second house and the 11th house, moon is in the 11th house, right? Yes or no? Okay. When the second and the 11th house combination is also there, then if you see that, the second house and the 11th house, and implicitly there was the first house is also involved here. So definitely the Jataka will hold the fame and the wealth from the beginning itself. I mean, from the initial age itself, the fame and the wealth will become along its way for its entire life. When there was this combination,
I'm not quite sure because he has Saturn in the 12th house and
oh,
Venus Ketu as well.
Saturn, Venus, Ketu here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But when the second and the 11 combination was here, the wealth will become. The money flow, even a number of expenses will come, but the second and the two will manage that. The money flow will come one way or the another.
So
But
input output matches. So second Mercury input, 12th Venus output.
yeah, that will come. Okay, awesome. Okay, then quickly we'll speak about this Satish horoscope, then we'll finish
Yes.
this session. We'll continue from the next week. Okay, let's see. I will finish this very quickly. Till now, we finished with the ninth house of the Satish horoscope. So for our quick revision, let's see the horoscope details of the Satish. Gender is the male, age 58, date of birth 10th December 1965, Chennai, 7:16 p.m. Okay, Lagnam Rashi, Mithuna Lagna. Dasha Buddhi Antar, I'm not sure Antar still it was Venus, but Dasha and the Buddhi was the Venus. Whenever you see the horoscope, have the Kocharam chart handy that will give you the different perception or different understanding. Okay. Now let's see about his chart. So this is the Rasi chart, Bhava chart, along with the Kocharam chart. Then what we are going to see today? We are going to see today about the 10th house. Okay. Before seeing about the 10th house, we already know about what is the 10th houses. 10th house will define the karma sthana. Whatever the karma which we are going to do in this lifetime, which is also mentioned, and whatever the karma which is carrying, that is also mentioned. Profession, especially the 10th house is for your profession. You are doing a business, it explicitly tell you what kind of the business you can do, what kind of the status in your life which you can lead, or you can able to achieve that honor, what kind of the honor you can achieve, or what kind of an authority you have in your life, particularly in the business, that you can define from the 10th house. Suppose if you're starting a business, and definitely in a country like in India, you need a government favor. Without them, you can't do the business easily here. So when the 10th house lord is good, you can do the government favor. You can get the government favor, and the trade and business, you can do that easily. If you want to know about the adopted son, then the 10th house is the house for the adopted son. Regardless of all the things, whichever the worldly activities you are doing, or any kind of the moral responsibilities you are carrying on your shoulder, that is, everything will be defined, or you can know from your 10th house. From the body, it represents your knees, joints, bone, hair, and the back. Back, middle back. No, not sorry, back. in the helix for the body organs. Okay, now let's see about here. You can see this kind of the symbol in the chart. Imagine it is a sun. Okay, why I will tell you now. Here is Mithuna Lagna. In the Lagna itself, Moon and the retrograde Jupiter. Okay. Now, he's the best example of mentioning about the retrograde Jupiter, which we learned in this class also. It exactly applies to him. But there was a little bit changes here. When the retrograde Jupiter was here, then whatever the Jupiter will do, they also will do. The financial flow will come. They are very much interested in finance account and every other stuff, but they put cautious in front of them. If you imagine two persons were sitting, one retrograde Jupiter, one more Jupiter. If they do the calculation, the normal Jupiter will do the calculation and give it to you. But the retrograde Jupiter will do the calculation is much more cautious. They take all preventive measures. The Jupiter is not like that. They very soft, wisdomful energy, but mostly retrograde Jupiter is the best people to live in this planet. Most probably, when the retrograde Jupiter was there, foreign land is the best for them. Definitely, they will live away from the homeland. Whatever the place which they are born, they definitely they navigate or migrate to the other place to live. Okay, one important thing about the retrograde Jupiter, the normal Jupiter is, if they try, then there was one question will come. Okay, why the retrograde Jupiter not able to follow the spirituality very properly? But the people will say, no, I do my spiritual very properly, and you can't even underestimate my spirituality. They will fight with you. When you see the retrograde Jupiter in the chart, there was one more thing it will tell you. They can't surrender. They can't agree easily with others. These two things will come as an, I would say, side effect, or it comes as a whole package with that. When the retrograde Jupiter in front of you, you can say the surrender is not their nature. That they won't agree with you. These 2 points will come all the time. Okay, then you may ask, why, Vanita, you are giving so much importance to the surrender? See, when it comes into the spirituality, the surrendering of oneself will leads you to the different level. But you may, then I also added one more sentence in the when I see the retrograde Jupiter, these are the peoples who can able to perfect peoples to live in this planet. But the surrender whenever you try to surrendering to the God means you whatever the karma which you had in your this lifetime, you ask the help from the God and goddesses, you ask them to remove and you surrendering fully. That cannot be possible with the retrograde Jupiter. They what then they will argue with you like anything. No, I'm not like that. I surrender 100%. No, boss, you have the retrograde Jupiter, you can't do it. That's the thing. When that too in the Lagna, they behave exactly like this. Okay, now let's come back into the 10th house of the Satish house. Okay, when the retrograde Jupiter, one important thing to know about here was, okay, let me see. Okay, when his sun was in which house? Anybody tell me? Sun, retrograde Mercury, and the Ketu. Anybody tell me which house it is?
Sixth house.
Sixth house, right?
Yeah.
So when the sun was in the 6th house, now count from here, which is the 5th house of this sun. Count from the sun, you have to count 5th house. Which one it is?
That is
Meena.
Meena.
Right? Then the 6th house becomes the Mesha, 7th becomes Rishabha, 8th becomes Mithuna, and the 9th becomes Kadaka. So from the sun, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if there was any graha present in it, it considered as the retrograde one. Okay. Then I have few questions here. Okay, now From the fifth house, there was from the sun, fifth house, Meena, there was no Graha, so we don't need to consider. Sixth also no. Okay, one interesting thing about the fifth and the ninth is in the people, it will say from the sun, fifth to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, considered any Graha, it considered as a retrograde. But the fifth and the nine, it is a starting and ending point. That's why they won't consider it as a retrograde. The real retrograde is the seventh house. This one is the biggest impact. 6 and 8 will have the 75% of the impact. Okay, but we have to consider 6, 7, 8 from the sun. If there was a 6, 7, 8, any graha was present, it considered as a retrograde. Now for him, why the Rahu was, they didn't mention it as the retrograde because it was a seventh house, right? Why?
Because that is Ananda
Because
Sthan.
they are aspecting, sun is aspecting.
No.
You said seventh house is always some.
The eighth house is called as Randhra, right?
No, understand my question. From the sun, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any grahas was there, considered it as a retrograde. Okay. But here, if you see, the Rahu is in the seventh house from the sun, but it didn't mention it as a retrograde. Why? The moon is also in the eighth house. It's not retrograde. Why?
Further,
But only
Rahu always goes backwards.
Yes, that's why you don't need to mention it as a retrograde planet. So the Rahu is an exemption for this. Okay, now let's see about the moon. Why moon? Why no moon?
Sun and moon don't go retro.
Yes, sun and the moon, there is no retrograde for this. They won't go retrograde mostly. Okay, so who's which planet which is in this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, excluding Rahu, Ketu, sun and the moon? Now
only
here is the
Jupiter.
Jupiter. That's why the Jupiter becomes the retrograde one. Okay. Now come back into the 10th house. So there was no graha present in it. Why now you can understand the story. Why I'm giving so much concentration on the retrograde Jupiter. Okay. There is no graha present in it in the 10th house. Then we have to consider whom? There is no graha.
Jupiter.
Whom we have to consider? Jupiter, owner of the house. Who's the owner? Jupiter is the owner. So here the Jupiter is retrograde. Okay, now comes here. Now we have to consider retrograde Jupiter only. Then we understand what are the retrograde Jupiter will. These people are really good in finance. They are very cautious. They feel like money is important. If they have the 10 crores in their hand also, they spend every money with the necessity only. If they go to the necessity, they won't spend a single penny. But they, when the normal Jupiter was sitting in a 10th house, means they spent like anything. Okay, I give you for this, I give you for that. But when the retrograde Jupiter was considered in the 10th house, they are very much mean in spending. It's not about they are very mean in nature. They want to know why the money was going out. They want to know the necessity. Their emotion is precaution. Their emotion is cautious in everything. They won't believe others very much easily. That's why they are successful in their business. That's why they are successful in their whatever the entrepreneurship they took in, they step in. The success is come back as the side effect or benefit out of it. Okay. Mostly, if they are trying to, when the retrograde Jupiter is in the 10th house, mostly there was a one line the people will say, when the Jupiter, now that there was no Graha in it, that's why we are considering the owner of the land. Imagine a situation, if the Jupiter was here, the people will say the Jupiter alone is not good for you. But that will, the single alone Jupiter will see that in a different session. I come back and finish this one first. But here, if they want to live in a foreign land and earning from the foreign land, that's really good for them. Okay, these are the person they can able to earn the money from the money itself. See, some people cannot able to earn from the money. You understand that word, right? These people can able to earn from the money. You understand this one line?
Trade. Stocks and
trade,
shares.
e-commerce, or uh, if you open a chit fund kind of the stuff, or banking or finance related any stuff, these people to find a very much greater energy will come when they try to earn money from their money. Okay. Okay, then there is also one more thing. When retrograde Jupiter, if it was in the 10th house also, there is I'm not sure about the Satish, will check with him. They can involve in intercaste marriage, or they marry the different country peoples, or they can able to give the generation in a different heredity. The child will be from the different heredity, different genes altogether. Okay, we'll check with him. Satish is here.
Yeah, I'm
Which
here.
one? Yeah, which one is suit for you, which one is not, and how is your profession? Are you good with the finance, or how you spending in money?
Uh, I'm very good at finance, and
Yes,
in
that is.
whatever uh, profession I was in apparels, and basically
Mm,
many people will try not to be in costing department, and I was one
mm,
who was in the costing department for
mm,
my division.
mm, mm, mm.
So many styles we used to cost, and I wouldn't make a mistake. Most never make a mistake.
You can't, you won't.
That's what it's hardly you can say 0.5% mistakes happen. So that's why most of
Mm,
the time they'll give all the costings to me only, and
mm,
it was like that. I actually got a name in costing also in my
mm,
office.
mm, mm, mm,
And as such, investments I do very little, but I do speculations. I don't do, but I do it in safe investments only. So the money grows on its own.
mm, 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 mm. But
And
the one, yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
And you were telling about my wife and my child. My wife is not
Yes.
very close related to me. She's quite actually our family has no relation at all. Not even in the though they would have been in a different village. There was no
Mm,
relationship at all. It was a far off relation, but they were living very close to be nearly 2 kilometers away from my home. I didn't know that.
mm, mm, mm,
But they were never
mm.
close at all. And they were not close blood relatives or nothing. They were entirely different family, and we were entirely different lineage.
Are you living far away from your motherland or the place which you born?
Yeah, I was born in Chennai, and now I'm in
Mm,
Bangalore. But since the
okay.
past 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about this surrendering quality, forgiveness nature, or
Surrendering quality with my mother, my gurus, I fall at the feet. I surrender myself. And with God
mm-hmm.
also. And with others, I never surrender. Even with my father, I didn't surrender. I was actually dead against my father, and which brought down my actually. I came out of my family business because of
Mm-hmm.
that. To that extent, I was never surrendering to anybody.
Okay, awesome.
You muted, ma'am.
We lost her.
Sorry, sir. Yeah.
In fact, that's why I actually I was quite doing well in one time. In my 30 years, I was doing very well. But
Mm-hmm.
because of my fight with my father, I came out with hardly 1,000 rupees in my hand.
Mm-hmm. So when you say the mother and the Jupiter, you can fall, you can surrender. That's it, because it was in the
Yeah.
lagna. Definitely do that. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome. Anybody want to share anything about the 10th house? Hmm?
But of late, see, actually my profession should have been very good. But since
Hmm.
2016, I am not in a
Hmm.
regular professional job. I'm doing just skimming around with whatever investments I have. I'm not having
2016
a, sorry,
2016 to till now, right?
till now, yeah, I haven't got I'm out of my career jobs.
Okay, we'll see this. We'll see this later. We'll definitely see this about 2016 to 2025. What's happened?
Yeah.
We'll see this on the next week.
I have 10th house. I think my 10th
Hmm.
house is very, very unique because I had a exceptional kind of opportunity in the career. So I studied something else. Meena Lagna, 10th house is Dhanu Rashi. Guru having Drishti on second house, Guru in second house, having aspect on the 10th house. So I mean, I think it's late today. I think we can discuss some other time if you have time. But they, for some reason, I don't know. Somebody was telling me that because I am a mechanical engineer by studies, by education, but all my career was in the IT, in the networking field, but that too it was in oil and gas. And, I have worked on the trading floor, which is very unique place to work. And I have worked on in the refinery, which is again another unique place to work, which is it's a 4,000 acre land. The refinery spread out. So, and then also I worked in offshore oil and gas exploration production. So it's kind of, I used to go on the helicopters and, set up communication on the platforms and things like that. And it's kind of a very unique opportunities that I had. But I think, and also Ketu is present there in the 10th house in Dhanu Rashi. So, so I don't know. I mean, it maybe it all boosted Ketu, boosted whatever that thing, but none of my friends or known ones have that kind of opportunity to, like to to be in different places, to meet with, work with different people, and in the trading floor, the emotions of the people are very different. In the refinery, it is very different, and in the offshore, again, it's all 15 days they will be out of land. It's a unique experience. So that kind of opportunity I was blessed with, and now I'm retired and I don't work. I mean, I'm into basically spiritual, religious stuff.
Oh, definitely, because the 10th house is also Ketu, and with Jupiter in the second house, the spirituality will be with you. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, I just wanted to, you asked if anything on the comment on the 10th house, but that's why I mentioned.
We'll definitely see this because that Ketu, does Ketu give you the different speciality? We'll see the same horoscope again when we are learning the Ketu in the 10th house, because that's an appropriate time to discuss about this Ketu. Ketu will give you the different energy altogether. Rahu and the Ketu, Rahu will give you the different energy, Ketu will give you the different energy among the Navagrahas. So when the Jupiter was aspecting the Ketu, that will give you the different energy altogether. Why? Because the Ketu is a kind of a wisdom which we acquire above the wisdom. Like when the Mercury was in the learning process, when you are studying, when your Jupiter was above this, you educated, you digested that, the wisdom will comes on you. That's the kind of a wisdom level. But when the Ketu, it's a kind of moving your path towards an enlightenment. It's about the wisdom. The Jupiter energy was giving you the wisdom, but the Ketu energy will give you beyond that. Move towards the closer to the cosmic energy. Move towards one step level to the spiritual energy. So when that energy was aspected by the Jupiter, then definitely the energy, the wisdom level will be higher than anybody. You can handle any situation easily. That's why you can able to progress every field like a cakewalk. I'm telling it as a cakewalk. You encounter a number of struggle, but it won't be the greater struggle for you. You feel that it was a greater challenge. You may enjoy
Yes,
that.
it's more challenge than the struggle. Yes, it is. It was just a challenge, and it was not that struggle. I mean, it was not that
Yeah,
difficult.
because when Ketu was sitting at 10,000, it's literally telling you it's a struggle. It is a struggle. It is a number of obstacles in front of you. But that the Jupiter was expecting the wisdom, it was expecting the wisdom over then that give you the tremendous strength. Your soul will be get energized, and nobody can beat you. Even if you are in more than a difficult situation, you come out easily. Because the mindset which you are holding, mindset which your nerve system was built in such a way that you can handle any situation. We'll see this again when we are seeing about the 10th house Ketu, because the Ketu's energy was literally different. When the Jupiter was telling you one wise way, but Ketu will tell you the beyond the wise way. Let go of everything. Other people will tell you that you going into lead a sannyasi life. But that Jataka will tell you, no, this is the wise decision. Anyway, you are going to end up like that only. Why not you take the decision now itself? So that kind of over the wisdom, beyond the wisdom, the Ketu's energy can take. We'll see that. And
I'm getting there to become sannyas. No, I'm just kidding.
The Ketu's energy is a kind of sannyasi energy because they think like a sannyasi only. They don't want anything. They let go of anything. They live peacefully. They enjoy the moment joyfully.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll see the third house from the next week. Okay. Any doubts still now?
Sure.
I guess no. Okay, we'll see you all next week.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks all.
Thank you, Vanita.
Thank you, Vanita.
Thank you so much. Bye.